Walaikum Assalam. Today we are going to do our pure maths practice for CAS exams. So question 1 says a curve is such that a gradient at point xy is given by dy by dx equals x minus 3x power minus 1 by 2. It is given that the curve passes through the point 4 comma 1. So how you are going to get this? Find the equation of the curve. Can you hear me?
First you integrate it.
Yeah. Look, whenever you see the equation of curve, you need to integrate the given derivative. Look, we need to integrate our expression, that is x minus 3x to the power 1 over 2, and that's dx. So what will be the integration of this expression? Integration will be like, you need to integrate with me. So it would be like, the expression would be x square over 2
X squared by 2
minus 3
minus 3x powered
x power 1 by 2 and
by 1 by 2.
divided by 1
1
by
by 2.
1 by 2. And now I will plug my c, constant of integration.
Yes.
So it will be, the final expression of integration will be like, this is my x square over 2 minus
Minus
6
6x
6x 1 by 2
plus
plus
c.
c. Now how I'm going to get my value for the c? So for the value for c, I need my point, that is 4 comma 1.
Substitute 4 and 1 and find c.
Yes, substitute 4 and 1 in the equation and find your value for c. So y is 1 and x is 4. So it's 4 square 16 over 2 minus 6. If I put it under root, that is 4 and plus c. So it's 1 equals 8 minus 6 times 2 plus c. So what's the value for c? My value for c equals 1 equals 8 minus 12 plus c. So it's minus 4 equal 1 plus c, and now your c is 5. And your c is 5. So what is the equation of the curve? So your equation of the curve would be like, y equals x square over 2 minus 6 x raised to power 1 over 2 and plus 5. This is my final equation of
Yeah.
curve.
I
And
think I think I've done this paper.
this is 13 page.
Yeah. Yeah, I've
Let's
done this.
look at the question number 2. Abir, what about you?
I'm done with 1112 and 13 of October, November
Uh, Abir, are you done with this
2023.
one? So it will be a revision. Look, so What is it's good for Abir as well. So the circle with equation this 40 intersects the y-axis.
Yeah, I
So
think I did this too.
you did this too.
Yeah.
So
I
so
don't think I completed the whole paper though. I just did the integration and differentiation questions.
just do it from the scratch. So let me check you. Then tell me find the how you are going to find the coordinates of y, a and b. Y coordinates expressing your answer in the terms of the surds. So what you are going to do here? Just tell me if you are bit confident over here. So how you are going to get in the terms of the surds, the circle with equation x minus 3 whole square plus y minus 5 whole square equals 40 intersects the y-axis at points A and B. So Suleiman, tell me what should
This
I do?
zero.
You take x as 0 and then solve it
Okay,
for
on
y.
y-axis, just I will ask questions one by one with you and Abir. So get ready if you're done with.
Okay.
So on y-axis, if I can write on y-axis you need to put x equal to 0, so the equation will become like minus 3 whole square plus y is 0, and it would be like x is 0, sorry, so it's y minus 5 and its whole square, and it would be equal to
40.
40. So 3 square is 9. Open the identity, Abir. Y minus 5 whole square equals, it will be expanded like,
Y square minus
no,
10y.
I look, you don't need to expand this because the examiner asking you to express your answer in terms of surds. Look, I'm not going to open this. Try to understand that. uh, y minus 5 whole square equals, it's 40. Take 9 to the other side, so it will be like 5 minus y minus 5 whole square equals 40 minus 9, it would be like 31. So
1.
you so take square root on both side, take square root on both side, because examiner fixes to give your answer. uh, Take under root on both sides, so it will be like y minus 5 equals plus minus under root of 31, and take your y to the other side, so final your answer can be expressed as 5, the negative 5 go to the other side, 5 plus minus whole under root of 31. So this is your answer in the terms of the surds. So you cannot use your calculator, you cannot simplify that. So
Can you
for
explain part B because I
look,
have got that wrong?
okay. So on y-axis, x equals 0, and then I put my x0 in the main equation of the circle. So the main equation of the circle is x minus 3 whole square plus y minus 5 whole square equals 40. Intersect the y-axis. So if you have a y-intercept, then x must be 0. So plug your x in the main equation of the circle. So x disappears. So minus 3 square plus y minus 5 whole square equals 40. So I was about to expand this expression, but I see the answer must be expressed in the terms of the surds. So minus 3 square giving you 9 plus y minus 5 whole square equals 40. Don't expand. It's not wise decision to expand this, because we will not be able to express our answer in the terms of the surds. So I took my 9 to the other side. So 40 minus 9 is 30. Then I take under root on both sides, square root on both sides. So on the left, this square cancels this root, so y minus 5 equals plus minus under root of 31. So y equals, take your 5 to this side, so it will become positive plus minus under root 31. Is it okay?
Yes. Can you? I was talking about part B. I got that wrong.
You got part B the wrong.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to part B as well.
Part A was right.
Okay, part A was right. Okay, do part B. Find the equation of the circle which has AB as its diameter. So if you have a circle like this and AB has a diameter like this is A and this is B and this is the center of the circle. So you have 2 points. Look, you have point A. Your point A is 0 because x-intercept was 0 and your y is now, your y coordinate is y is plus minus, we are taking plus value and that is 3 under root. Now this is my value of A, this is my A point, this is my A point. Now I am writing my coordinates of the B. So my B point would be like x is again 0 but my B is 5 negative under root of 3. So it was because my y coordinate was like this. Look, this is my y coordinate and that is 5 plus minus under root of 31. So it's 31, not the 3, it's 31. It's 31. So I'm taking positive value of y when A is 0, x is 0. I'm taking positive value for y, and again for B, my x remains the same 0, but now I'm taking the negative value of y. If my y is positive above the mean position, if my y is positive and the downward my y is negative, but I am on the same value of the x. So now I got my 2 coordinates of A and B. Now I am going to get midpoint. Now I want to get the midpoint. So midpoint of the diameter is actually the center of the circle. So now we are going to get our midpoint. So midpoint formula is x1 plus x2 over 2 comma y1 plus y2 over 2. So put your values, grab your calculator. That would be x1 plus x2. It's 0 plus 0 over 2 comma 5 plus 31 under root plus 5 minus 31 under root over 2. So 30 positive 31 cancels negative 31, so it's 10 over 2, so it's 5 and here it's 0. So 0 comma 5 is my midpoint. Midpoint mean it's my center of the circle. So for equation of the circle you need 2 things. Remember, for equation of the circle you need center of the circle and radius of the circle. You need 2 things to get your equation of circle. The center of the circle, I had a diameter AB, I had points A 0 comma 5 plus under root 31 and the coordinates of point B were 0 comma 5 minus 30 under root 31. So I got midpoint of the diameter, and you better know midpoint of diameter is always the center. So if it is center, so I got my center. So for equation of the circle, I need radius. So for radius, so I should use the distance formula from the center. The distance formula is x2 minus x1 whole square. So it means x2 minus x1. So x values are 0 over here. So 0 minus 0 whole square plus y2 minus y1. So y2 minus y1, that is the same thing. So you can say it would be 5 minus under root 31. So it will be the whole square. So when you solve this, you will be getting your under root 31. So now you have your radius, you have your center. So you can calculate your equation of the circle. So equation of circle can be calculated using the formula x minus a whole square plus y minus b whole square equal to square of the radius. So when you use the square of the radius and put these values, you will be getting your equation of circle. Suleiman, any problem over here?
No.
You just need to plug the values now
Yeah.
and you will be getting your equation of the circle.
Okay.
So you can complete it now. So moving to the next one, the question number 3, the trigonometry. So how can you solve this? May be expressed the given equation. Look, this is your given equation. May be expressed in the form a cos square theta plus b cos theta plus c equals 0, where a, b and c are constant to be found. So Abir, tell me, what are you doing? What are your initial steps to solve this thing and to express this equation in the form of a cos square theta plus b cos theta plus c?
Make tan sine by cos.
So what should I do? Because I didn't teach you trigonometry. I believe you know the trigonometry. So it's 5 cos theta minus
Minus sine theta.
sine theta and then
Sine by cos theta.
it would be like your sine theta over by cos theta and plus 1 equals 0. Well, this is your first step. What is your next step? Abhi, tell me, what should I do in this after this step? You
It
replace with
becomes it
what?
becomes sine square theta, so you make it 1 minus cos square theta.
What should I do?
It becomes, when you multiply sine by cos, it becomes sine square by cos theta, so you make the sine square 1 minus cos square.
No. If I Suleiman, what will you do over here after this step? I am going to multiply this whole equation with some number, and what is that value? I am thinking about the cos theta, that is the least common LCM. So if you want to multiply with this cos theta, so I need to express the equation in that form, and that is a cos square theta plus b cos theta plus c. Just multiply the whole equation with cos theta, so you will be getting like this. So it would be like 5 cos square theta minus cos square theta, cancel cos square theta, so you will be getting your sine square theta. So here your expression would be sine square theta. So this is sine square theta, and plus cos square theta will be multiplied with 1. So it will be giving you cos theta, and when this cos theta will multiplied with 0, it will give you 0. So I have got my 5 cos square theta minus sine square theta. Now what change I could make in the third step? Now I'm going to do the third step. Suleiman, what is your third step? To convert the given equation into the given form, that is
You
a
make sine square theta into 1 minus cos square theta.
great. In this step, Suleiman is 100% perfectly fine. Say replace sine square theta with 1 minus cos square theta. So I'm going to write my 5 cos square theta minus sine square theta can be replaced with your 1 minus cos square theta. So I'm replaced with this thing, and then cos theta equation is still this thing. So now expand your bracket, and in the next step I'm going my 5 cos square theta minus 1 plus cos square theta plus cos theta equals 0. 5 cos square theta plus cos square theta, it's giving me 6 cos square theta. It's giving me 6 cos square theta plus cos theta minus 1 equals 0. Is this the same required pattern? The examiner was asking. A cos square theta, yes, A is 6. If I say A is 6, my A is 6 and my B is 1, my B is 1 and my C is -1. Yes, this is the 100% quadratic expression. Look, you have a quadratic equation, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So try to erase your silly mistakes are the things you need to cover in the past paper session. So this was the given equation 5 cos theta minus sine theta tan theta plus 1 equals 0 may be expressed in the form a cos square theta plus b cos theta plus c equal 0. So we finally convert this thing using our trigonometry knowledge, and the final equation is 6 cos square theta plus cos theta minus 1. So we are done. Now it's a 4-mark question. Hence solve the equation 5 cos theta minus sine theta tan theta plus 1, and the range of the angle is given. So Abir, how do we solve this to get the value for the theta?
You use the equation above and solve that using the.
This is the equation. I'm writing equation for you. This is your equation 6 cos square theta plus cos theta minus 1 equals 0. This is first step.
You take
Now,
cos.
midterm breaking. Can I do midterm breaking here?
No, you take cos theta as some variable. I mean a constant.
That's not necessary. You can directly use, or you want a disguise calculation, then you can let your cos theta, you can let your cos theta y. Yes, you can take some variable as well, because this is a disguised quadratic. So I can do with the cos theta as well, but it will not matter what method you're using. If you are making cos theta with variable, so then it would be like your 6y square plus y minus 1 equals 0. So if 6 times 6, if I do midterm breaking, so what will be my answer? So 3 times 2 6. So it means okay, it would be like 6 square plus 3y minus 2y minus 1 equals 0. Take 3y the common, so it would be like 2y plus 1 minus take 1 as the common, so 2y plus 1 equals 0. So my final answer is going to be, the midterm breaking is 3y minus 1 into 2y plus 1 equals 0. But I have my y as cos theta, so I'm going back to the main thing. 3 cos theta minus 1, my 3 cos theta minus 1 into my 2 cos theta plus 1 equal to 0. So the equation 1, I'm taking this equation. So my cos theta will be, if I say okay, this is my 3 cos theta minus 1 equal 1. So my cos theta equals 1 over 3, and if I want to get my theta, that would be equal to cos inverse of 1 over 3. So being in the radian mode, grab your calculator and get the calculation. Our range is,
1.23.
yes, our range is from 0 to 2 pi. So our range is 0 to 2 pi. So the answer is
1.23.
great. This is 1.23, and the next one will
2
be
by 3 pi
2
over
2
3
pi. Look, 2
pi.
pi
2 pi by
minus
3.
1.23. You get the second one. So because alpha, look, we have our coordinate system like this. All values for sine, cos, tan are positive in first quadrant, and then in second, sine is positive. When you take the values from 90 to 180, only sine values will be positive, and it is cos, and it is tan. So you can memorize this thing. All values of the trigonometric ratios are positive in first quadrant, and in second quadrant from 90 to 180 only sine will be giving you the positive answers, and from 180 to 270 the values with the cos be positive, others will be the negative, and in the fourth quadrant only tan is positive. So here the second equation was the theta, cos theta will be equal to, that would be cos inverse, and it's minus 1 over 2. So ignore negative 1 using the inverse, and you are going to get your answer. If you use this thing, so you will be getting all of your answers, and write those answers which lie in the above range. So we are done with part 4 as part B as well. So do the midterm breaking and then solve according to the grid system. The range given, all values of sine, cos, tan are positive in first quadrant. In second quadrant from 90 to 180, when you take values from 90 to 180 only sine will be giving you the positive answer, the remaining tan, cos will be giving you the negative answer. You can check by plugging the values into your calculator. Only 90 till 180 values, the sine will be giving you the positive. From 180 to 270 only cos will be giving you the positive answers. The remaining trig ratios will be giving you the negative one, and from 270 to 360 only tan will give you positive answers, the remaining will give you the negative one, and you can solve the things. Here is the basic angle and the actual angle, actually the original angle. So the acute angle made with the x-axis, that is called your alpha, the basic angle, we can call that angle is alpha, and here that is alpha, and in the third quadrant this is your alpha, and in the fourth quadrant this is your alpha. In first quadrant, remember, in first quadrant your theta and alpha are equal. In second quadrant you get your theta by subtracting alpha from 180. Here it is 180 degree, you want to get your theta from this to this, so you can just subtract alpha 180. So if I say I want to get my theta, so you subtract alpha from 180, you will be getting your theta in second quadrant. In third quadrant you can add 180 to the alpha and you will get answer till here, and in the so on the process will be repeated. For negative values you need to move to the anti-clockwise direction, and for positive values you need to move from the start. All values are angles are measured from the zero axis, and in anti-clockwise, if you have the positive values, then anti-clockwise will be giving you the positive cycle, and for the negative values you are going to the anti-clockwise. Like the range could be the negative one over here, like it is 0 till 2 pi, so it can be negative some value to the positive value. So first find the negative value in your Cartesian system, and then you will be able to get all the values of the basic angle and the original angle, the alpha and the theta. Did you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's important about the trig. So the binomial one, this one, I didn't teach you properly in pure maths. We did the harder one top chapters, so you should be strong. I'm expecting you are good at this thing. So expand the following in ascending power fx up to including the term in x true. So what is the formula to expand the binomial?
NCR A n minus R
Yes, the formula
B
says,
power R.
this is the formula says it is NCR a to the power r and then b to the power n minus r. So
Wasn't it A n minus R and B power R?
yes, it's the difference over here. Yes, the difference over here, and then you can use the next to the power r. So expand this. What is your answer? 1 plus 2 x power 5.
First you take R as 0, then 1, then 2.
1 power 5 plus 5c1 into 1 power 4, 2x. Then
Yes, and for part 2, what did you get for this expression? 1. If it is 5cr,
40x squared plus 10x plus 1.
okay, but he
Final
said to
answer.
ascending power. In ascending power mean smaller to the bigger one. So you can say if it is your 5cr, if you write this, if it is your 5cr, so 5c0 and then so on. You can start from the 1 as well. 0 becomes 1 and then you can say it's 1. So 1 raised to the power 5 minus 1, it would be your 4, and then you can say okay, the next value is b is 2x and 2x to the power 1, and then the second one will be 5c2. So you can say this is 5c2 to 1 to the power 3, and the next one is 2x to the power 2. So final expression by using your calculator, it will give you like 1 plus 10x plus 40x square. So because he asked to ascending power, and ascending power mean from lower power to the maximum. So for part 2, 1 minus ax power 6, or you're going to expand this. It will be for again
You do
same
the same thing.
formula, the same thing. This is 6c,
Yeah.
yes, 6c1 into 1 to the power 5, and then a negative ax. If it is negative ax, so it would be 1, and plus the second one would be 6c2. If this is 6c2, 1 to the power 4, the difference 6 minus 2 is 4, and the next term is your minus ax and to the power 2. So expand this using your calculator, so you will be getting like 1. Final expression should be 1 minus 6 ax plus 15 times a square become positive a square, and this is x square. So the third part is very important regarding the binomial one. So in the expansion, this and this, the coefficient of x square is minus 5. Find the possible value of a. Now solve it. So write the two brackets first. We have our 1 plus 2x to the power 5, and then 1 minus ax to the power 6. We already expanded this. So first bracket was 1 plus 10x, 1 plus 10x plus 40x square. This was our first expansion. And the second is 1 minus 6ax, the above one, this one. 1 minus 6ax plus 15 a square x square. So we have a coefficient of x square. So what are you doing over here? How do we get this value, the negative 5? Because everything must be equal to negative 5. You can multiply with your 1. Selective multiplication. Remember this. You need only the concept of the selective multiply. If you selective multiply with these two expansions, you will be very comfortably getting your answer. Look, if I multiply 1 from the first bracket, from the first expansion to the third one, like that is 15 a square x square plus, then I am doing my selective multiplication. I'm not going to multiply all of the things to get the messy things, so I don't want to make the things complex. So I'm taking 10x. When I multiply with 6ax, it will be giving me the x square term. So just write only 10x and multiply with it with negative 6 ax. So when you multiply this term with this term, you will be getting x squared term. So I need particular specific terms. And the third one in first expansion is 40x square. When I multiply my 40x square with 1, then I will be getting my x square term. I cannot multiply 40x square with 6ax because it will give me the cubic term, and I cannot even multiply 40 with the third number 15a square. It will be giving the x raised to the power 4. So I wanna only get the coefficient of x square. This part is always very important with the two brackets. When you have the two brackets in above, both brackets are expanded by you. In other cases, normally you only expand first bracket and second equation is given. Then you just need to get the expansion of the both and do selective multiplication. So I do my selective multiplication and I got all the terms containing x square value. So this is my 15 a square x square minus 60 a x square plus 40x square. Take x square the common. When you take x square the common, so everything left will be the coefficient of x square, and the coefficient of x square is -1. That's already mentioned. So you can say it's 15a square. When I take my x square as common, so inside it is 15a square minus 60a, and it's plus 40, and that is equal to, everything is equal to -5. Look, this is the coefficient of x square. So you basically need to compare now the coefficient of x square with -5. So you can say, okay sir, it's 15a square minus 60a plus 40 equals -5. So bring this -5 to this side. So it would be like 15a square minus 60a plus 45. This 5 will be added to the 40 and it's equal to 0. So when you take 15 common, so equation will be a square minus 4a plus 3. So now you can easily, 15 becomes 0. So this is your final quadratic equation, 4a plus 3 equals 0. Now you can do the midterm breaking. You can do your, if I say 15 has been taken common, so 3 ones are 3. So my two brackets will be like a minus 1 and a minus 3. That is equal to 0. So a is 1 and a is 3. So I got my two values because the examiner said find the possible values of a. So it means that a contained more than one value. I had two brackets in part A and part B. By using your binomial formula, you expand those two brackets, and after expanding these two, I just got my selective multiplication to get the term of x square, because I was given the coefficient of x square, and that was -5. So -5 on the left hand side, and on the right hand side I did my selective multiplication for that particular term, and I avoid myself to get messed in the complete multiplication. So these are the two answers. A is 1 and second A is 3. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. So you need to follow this method. So the next one. This is your favorite, the APGP, the arithmetic progression and the
Yeah.
geometric progression. Find the possible values of the constant p. So
Just divide 8p plus 2 divided by 5p equals 5p over 2p plus 6 and then solve for p.
for GP, you need to show some working as well for GP, because there are some rules in the Cambridge. Omission of essential working, you cannot do that. You cannot omit essential working. For GP, you need to get your common ratio R, and R can be obtained the second term divided by first term. So you can show for the examiner its second term, it's of a 3 marks. So you can say its second term divided by the first term. The second term divided by the first term is always equal to third term divided by the second term. You have to follow this pattern, otherwise you will be stuck in the question. Look, I said the sequence is the GP, geometric progression. This progression is geometric progression. It is written. So first write the progression. If it is geometric, so you need to get your R. Here you cannot get in a simple way the value of the R and the possible value of P. Look, so I write a common ratio can be obtained by dividing the second term with the first one, and the third term with the second one, and the fourth one to the third one, and so on. The common ratio will be same, like arithmetic progression, where common differences will be calculated by subtracting the second term from the second with the first one. You take the difference. So the second term is 5p. Our second term is 5p. So look, I'm writing my 5p divided by my first term is 2p plus 6. So I'm writing this is my 2p plus 6, and that's equal to, because these two terms, ratio of these two terms is equal to the ratio of the next two terms. So my third term is 8p plus 2. So I'm going to write my 8p plus 2 and divided by the second term, and my second term is 5p. So now by cross multiplying, I'm going to get my 5 times 5 is 25p square equals, you are going to multiply with the 8p plus 2 into, that is your 2p plus 6. So just multiply 8 times 2 will be giving us the 16p square, and then it would be 48p. 8p times 6, that is 48p, and then 2 times 2, it's 4p, and then it's 12. So finally, if I simplify the right side, so it will giving me 16p square. So it's giving me like 16p square. 48 plus 4, it will be giving me like 52p. So if it is 52p and plus 12, it's plus 12. On the left hand side there is 25p square. If I take everything to the left side, so 15 minus 16, it is giving me 9p square. So it's giving me 9p square minus 52p and minus 12 equal 0. So this is, now you have made it the quadratic one. Now you can use your calculator and direct apply the quadratic formula. You have your quadratic formula, that is minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac over 2a. Just grab your calculator and get your answer for that. So you have your calculator to get the answer for this. Use your calculator to get the fast calculations.
P is 6 and negative 2 by 9.
Great. P is 6 and negative 2 by 9. So
Yes.
we have two values for the P is 6 and P is negative 2 by 9. So using these two values, look, one of the values of P found in A is a negative fraction. Yes, we know. One of the values of P we found in part A is a negative fraction. Yes, that is a negative fraction. Use this value of P to find the sum to infinity of this progression. So sum to infinity. What is the formula for sum to infinity, Abir? If I want to get sum to infinity, so what
A
would
by 1 minus R.
A by 1 minus R? Excellent. So now get your first term. Use your negative value. Use your negative value. Your first term would be like, what is your first term? So I'm going to get my first term. First term was 2p plus 6. I think we should go a little bit above, and the first term is 2p plus 6. Yes, so and we have the value for the p, and we are told to use the negative fraction. Look, one of the values of p found in part A is a negative fraction. So if it is A is negative, so 5p, so 2p, look, it's 2p and p is negative 2 by 9 plus 6. So final, my first term will be 2 times 2, 4, 4 over 9 plus 6. Use your calculator. So Suleiman, minus 4 by 9 plus 6. Using your calculator, what fraction you are getting for term A?
50 over 9.
Great. So this is 50 over 9. So this is first term. Now use the value of p to find the sum of the, what is your r? Now you have to find the value for the r as well. So we have 5p, the next divided by, so the next term, if it is 5p over the first term, that is 50 over 9. So that is 50 over 9. P is negative 2 by 9. Use your calculator. 5 times negative 2 over 9 divided by 50 by 9. What is the value for the r?
R is negative 1 by 5.
R is negative 1 by 5. Excellent. So now we are finally going to use the formula for the sum to infinity, that is A over. So our A is 50 by 9. If our A is 50 by 9 and divided by 1 minus, and our R is negative 1 by 5. So use your calculator to get the final answer for the sum to infinity.
125 over 27.
125 over
27.
127, oh sorry, only 27. So 125 over just 25 is the 27, sum to infinity. One of the values of p found in part A is a negative fraction. Use this value of p to find the sum to infinity for this progression. So this is done. Let's look. So we have to divide this paper into classes. So tomorrow we will be completing it. So I will complete one paper, then I will give you another pure paper for your practice to complete at home. And in the next class, you are supposed to discuss the problems in that particular paper, and then we will be doing with our statistics. So day by day, you have to work extra hard to get the things clear. Otherwise, you are getting 52 out of 75. So problem is silly mistakes and lack of practice only. There is no serious problem over here. So a line, look, a line, next question. A line has equation y equals 6x minus c, and curve has equation this, where c is constant. The line is a tangent to the curve. So for such questions, you can write the for intersection. If there is intersection, you will be writing the headline, okay, this is intersection. So for intersection, you need to equate these two equations. Remember this, for intersection you need to equate these two equations. Look, this is 6x minus c is equal to 6cx square plus 2x minus 3. So when you compare these two, so you are going to get cx square, this is your cx square minus 6x minus 2x, it will be like minus 4x when you bring this 6x to the right side. So and finally you are getting your c minus 3. This is a standard equation. This is a standard equation, cx square minus 4x plus c. So here we have, if I compare this equation with this ax square plus bx, it is of 7 marks. Maths looks easy, but it's totally depending upon the practice. So increase your practice, inshallah you are getting A grade. So A is C. So here I am getting my value for A is C, and my value for B is negative 4, and value for C is complete C minus 3. Then he said the line is a tangent. When he will giving you the tangent, then you need to make a headline for tangency. When there is tangent, you have to make a headline, the tangency. For tangency, the discriminant is always equal to 0, and in quadratics the discriminant is b square minus 4ac is always 0. For tangency, your discriminant b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, and I got my values for b, c and a. So my b square, my b is negative 4, so I'm putting my negative 4 over here, so it will be negative 4 square minus 4a. What is my a? My a is c, and my c is itself c minus 3, and that is equal to 0. So find the possible values of c. Our task is to get the find possible values of c and the corresponding coordinates of p. So look, I'm going scrolling down a little bit. So 4 square is 16. My 4 square is 16. Minus minus gives me positive result, 4c times, so it will be 4c.
12c minus
Look, look,
4c
look, look, look,
squared.
look, look. Don't do this. Don't do this. Look, just a minute. Just a minute. This is giving you. It's negative 4c. It's negative 4c. Just multiply 4 with c, and then you have a bracket, and then you can expand that bracket. So mathematical operation should be followed. So it will giving me 4c square, and then it giving me plus 12c. It is plus 12c. It equals to 0. I'm making it positive and taking everything to the right side. So it will be giving me 4c square minus 12c minus 16 equals 0. Take 4, the common. So it will be giving you c square minus 3c and minus 4 equal to 0. So now you have an equation c square minus 3c. Use your calculator to get the values for c. If you use your value, this is the quadratic midterm breaking. We can do the midterm breaking from c square. Look, from c square minus 3c minus 4 equals 0. 3 ones are 3. So you need two values, 4 and minus 4 and plus 1. So it will be giving me like c minus 4 and c plus 1 equals 0. So I'm obtaining c equals negative 1 and c equal positive 4. So he said the possible values of c's. So I have two possible values of c. One is positive and one is negative. So look, now you have to find the coordinates of p as well. So for c is negative 1. If I'm taking c as negative 1, then I'm using my equation that was, what was my equation? You have to go up. That's my equation of curve is cx square. This is my equation of curve, that is cx square, and now I have the value for the c, that is -1. So if I have to write this thing, c is -1, so it would be like x square. It's giving me the expression like x square plus, when c is -1, when c, sorry, you have to use this thing, this equation, the equation like here. So it will give you
You have to use this
yes, you
cx
have to,
square equation.
yes, cx square minus 4x plus c minus 3, you have to use this equation. When you are using this equation, after intersection you get a main equation, the quadratic one. So it will be like and when you put c as -1, so x square plus 4x and plus 4 equal to 0, and it is actually the square, so it is x plus 2 whole square. When you solve it or get the value, so here x will take under root, don't solve it, so it is -2. So when I put x is -2, so my coordinate of y coordinate will be y equals 6 -2 minus 6 times 2 12 minus 1, so it will be like -11. So my coordinate will be, when I put -2 and it is giving me -11, so this is my first coordinate, and you have c as 4 as well. Then you will be putting your value for c when it is 4. When you put c, now you will say its c is 4. When you have c as 4, then you can put your value like 4x square minus, it will be obtaining the different answer, but you can use your calculator to get the final answer for the coordinates. So we are done with this part, and actually it is of a 7-mark question. The complete intersection process you need to show for the examiner and get your quadratic equation, and then for your tangency, you need to make b square minus 4ac equals 0 and get the possible values for c, and then you basically need to put these two values for c and get the coordinates of p. Like I put c equals -1, I got my x -2 and y -11. In the same way, you are going to put your value for c in the equation, and you are getting the next coordinate of the p as well.